Welcome to EPG Pathshala. In this module, I will discuss about the second chapter of wetland. The learning objective of this module are to study about the major threat to wetland, wetland restoration, wetland in Indian perspective, wetland of international importance in India. Now come to introduction. Wetland as one of the most productive ecosystem of earth. These serve many functions ranging from the food and wood for local community to many ecosystems and environmental service. Wetland are commonly referred to as nature's kidneys as these remove harmful material from water such as excessive nutrients, pollutants and contaminants. Despite many services provided by wetlands, these are under threat due to unsustainable use, lack of conservation and management of these biodiversity rich areas. Next, coming to the threats of wetland. According to the Worldwide Fund report, wetlands are the one of the most endangered ecosystem of world. Though they are endowed with a rich biodiversity, yet of late they are being greatly exploited. As per some reports, half of the wetlands have disappeared since starting of 19th century. Conservation of wetland for commercial development, water diversion, excessive hunting and overfishing, excessive tourism, commercial exploitation, extraction of nutrients, pesticide discharge from intensive agriculture, toxic pollutants from industrial waste and the construction of dam and dike, etc. are major threats. Major threats are human development, human population and development. One of the major threats to wetland come for ever increasing population which put pressure on land uses directly and indirectly. The need for more land for housing, urbanization, industrial development, agriculture lead to destruction of these wetlands. Second one is river regulation and water diversion. The alteration of natural flow of rivers, streams, floodplains and their regulation are biggest threat to wetland. The most common reason for the alteration are constructing dams and other structures on river. Third one is weeds and pest animal. Weeds compete with native wetland species for resource and habitats and displace them in the process. The common wetland weeds found are flowering plant Latana, floating fern Salvinia, seaweeds Lirpa, etc. Another is climate change. The climate change is another big threat to wetland. The climate change has led to change in rainfall pattern, temperature fluctuations, evaporation rate, etc. These changes not only affect water availability but also adaptability of native biodiversity. Next one is pollution. The discharge of industrial effluent and agriculture runoff into wetland reservoir alternate its water quality. This also affects the population of several sensitive species. Next one is siltation. Uncontrolled siltation reduces the shallowness and water holding capacity of wetlands. This reduces the amount of available water during dry period. Another is wetland vegetation damage. The activity that can damage wetland vegetation are overgrazing, removal of vegetation for peat mining, etc. Another one is political and socio-economic issue. Political will and interference is also a hurdle in many countries for effective measure for their management. The lack of or shortage of funding to tackle threat is also a reason. Another one is and most important is limited awareness and public participation. Another key issue that impairs wetland conservation and restoration is the lack of awareness and limited participation of local community and stakeholders. Further, the conflicting interest between the local or stakeholder make this task even more difficult to achieve. Next section deals with the wetland restoration. What can be done? Wetland restoration involves renewing a degraded wetland to its pre-existing natural functioning condition or a condition as close to that as possible. All restoration projects require planning, implementation, monitoring, management and team with expertise in ecology, hydrology, engineering and environmental planning. The major work of this team or restoration work are to reduce pollution and minimize anthropogenic activity. Another one is to prevent overgrazing and protection, law and governmental initiative, proper planning and monitoring, and last one is to building awareness among the locals or stakeholder. The another section deals with the wetland mainly in Indian perspective. India is very rich in wetland habitats and almost all states have wetland. These exhibit different ecological diversity, climate condition and changing topography. These are located in different geographical regions of India ranging from Himalayan to Deccan Plateau. As per the estimate of Space Application Center report 2011, the area of wetland in India varies from 1% to 5% of total geographical area. The wetland in India support nearly 20% of the now biodiversity. The another section, India was designated as Ramsar site in 1991 and has magnificent unique biological diversity of its own type, ecological complexity and sustainability. Recently, 26 wetland site has been designated as Ramsar list. Indian wetland on the basis of topographical variation can be divided into four types, that is Himalayan wetland, wetland in Gangetic plain, wetland in desert and last one is coastal wetland. The next section deals with the Indian wetland that are selected under Ramsar list. First one is Chilka Lake. On 1st January 1981, one of the largest brackish water body, Chilka Lake was selected under Ramsar list of wetland. Chilka Lake is spread over 1165 square kilometer during monsoon and 906 square kilometer during summer. For the east coast of Odisha state, Chilka Lake is connected with Bay of Bengal through a 35 kilometer narrow channel. Fresh water in Chilka Lake is supplied by Daya and Bhargavi river from the Indian mainland. Second one is Keoladi National Park. It is located on the confluence of two rivers, namely Gambhir and Banganga in Bharatpur district of Rajasthan state. In the year 1981, this park has been selected under Ramsar list. The fauna include more than 350 species of birds, 27 species of mammals, 42 species of raptors and 9 species of oil, 7 species of amphibians, 13 species of reptiles, 71 species of butterfly, 58 species of fishes, more than 30 species of dragonflies and more than 30 species of spiders. Next one is Buller Lake. It is a large freshwater lake of Jammu and Kashmir state, cover approximate 18,900 hectare area. It absorbs high flood water of the river Jhelum and act as a huge reservoir. Buller Lake has been selected under the Ramsar list in 1990. The lake is characterized with extensive marshes of emergent and floating vegetation. Next one is Harike Lake. Harike wetland is one of the largest man-made wetland of northern India, situated at the confluence of Beas and Satluj river. It has been selected under Ramsar list in 1990 and in year 1992 it was selected as a wildlife sanctuary. It provides a important space for staying and breeding of birds. Next one is Loktak Lake. Loktak Lake of Manipur, having a area of 26,600 hectare, has been added to Ramsar list in 1990. Thick floating weeds covered with soil known as humid are a major characteristic feature of this lake. The lake has also been included on Montreux record in 1993 due to threat to its ecology such as infiltration of water, hyacinth, degrading water quality along with deforestation in catchment area. Next one is Sambar Lake, a large saline lake of Rajasthan state situated within the municipality of Jaipur district. It has been designated a Ramsar site in 1990. This shallow wetland is fed by 4 streams, namely Minda, Rupangad, Kindale Land, and Kareen. Next one is Kanjli. Kanjli is a man-made wetland that come into existence after making a small barrage over Kali Bay irrigation purpose in 1870. It spread over 183 hectares in area in northern Punjab. The site has been selected as Ramsar site in year 2002 under the criteria 3 because it supports a considerable diversity of aquatic, mesophytic and terrestrial flora and fauna. Another one is Roped wetland. Roped wetland is a man-made wetland formed by construction of dam over Satluj river. Roped wetland is located in the eastern part of Punjab. Roped wetland was selected under Ramsar list in year 2002. A number of migratory as well as native birds visit the area in winter season. Another one is Ashtamundi wetland. Ashtamundi wetland of Kerala state has been designated as Ramsar site in 2002. The wetland is a estuarine covering an area of 61,400 hectares. The wetland ecosystem supports a large number of mangrove species, includes 40 associated plant species and 57 species of birds, including 6 migratory bird species. Another one is Vitarkanika mangrove. Vitarkanika mangrove, a 65,000 hectare wide beach of Odisha, was enlisted as Ramsar site of wetland in 2002. Among the 58 recorded species of mangrove in India, 55 species are found in Vitarkanika, which made it wider mangrove diversity than in the Sundarban. Another one is Boj wetland. 2 lakes, upper and lower, which were created during different time span, collectively called Boj wetland, cover an area of 3201 hectare in Madhya Pradesh state, and it was selected under Ramsar site in 2002. The lake are rich in biodiversity, native, migratory birds, insect, natural and cultural fish species, reptiles, macrophytes, zooplankton and phytoplankton. Another one is Deeper Wheel. In Assam state, 4,000 hectare wide permanent freshwater lake was recognized as Ramsar site in 2002. The wheel is a staying site for migratory winged bird with the largest concentration of aquatic birds in Assam. Some of globally threatened species of birds like spot-billed pelican, bear's poached, and lesser and greater adjutant stork can be found here. Another one is East Kolkata wetland. East Kolkata wetland is a world-renowned model of multiple use of wetland with resource recovery system which purely developed by the local people covering an area of 12,500 hectare. It was designated as Ramsar site in 2002. Wetland provide a urban facility by treating the city's wastewater, which is further utilized for pisciculture and agriculture. Another one lake is Kaleru Lake. Kaleru Lake is located in Andhra Pradesh, covering an area of 90,100 hectare. It is a natural eutotrophic lake situated between the two major river basins of Godavari and Krishna. This is fed by 2 seasonal rivers and a number of drainage channels. Another one wetland that are selected under the Ramsar list is Point Calimere Wildlife and Bird Sanctuary. Point Calimere Wildlife and Wild Bird Sanctuary of Tamil Nadu state, spread over 38,500 hectare area, was enlisted under the Ramsar site in 2002. About 257 species of birds, out of which 199 are bird species, including the vulnerable species like grey pelican, spoonbill sandpiper, and flamingos are found here. Another one is Pong Dam Lake. Pong Dam Lake cover 15,662 hectare area of Himachal Pradesh state. In the foothills of Himalaya, on the northern edge of the Indo-Gangetic Plain, a reservoir was created in 1975, which was later on considered as Ramsar site in 2002, as known as Pong Dam Lake. More than 220 bird species, along with 54 species of waterfowl are found in this lake. Another one Ramsar site is Shasthamakota Lake. Shasthamakota Lake is a freshwater lake located in the state of Kerala, covering an area 373 hectare area. This spring-fed lake is the source of drinking water for 500,000 people in the Kollam district of Kerala state. About 27 freshwater fish species are present. Another one is Tussau Morori. Tussau Morori is located at 4,595 meters above sea mean level in the state of Jammu and Kashmir. It is spread over 12,000 hectares with wet meadows and brooks-laden wetland along the shore. This site is only breeding ground outside the China for the most endangered carrion, black-necked crane, and only breeding ground for bar-headed geese in India. Another one is the Vimanand Kol wetland. It is the largest brackish humid tropical wetland on southwest coast of India. It covers 1,51,250 hectare area and which is fed by the Ten River, and this estuarine area was recognized as Ramsar site in 2002. Another one is Chandartal wetland. Chandartal wetland is situated in Himachal Pradesh. Chandartal is a high altitude lake near Pir Panjal range and Kunjam Pass joining the Himalaya. It is spread over 49 hectares. It was selected under Ramsar list in 2002. The Chandartal wetland is a center of tourist attraction mainly in summer season, but lack of sanitation facility led to the problem of littering. Another one is Horika wetland. Horika wetland is a natural permanent water body that is fed by Jhelum river situated in Jammu and Kashmir. It is situated at 1584 meters above sea level in northwest province of Kashmir. The wetland is spread over 1,375 hectares. The wetland was selected under Ramsar list in 2005. A number of migratory and native waterfowl are spotted by Horika wetland. Another one is Renuka wetland. Renuka wetland is a natural wetland selected as a Ramsar site in 2005. The wetland is fed by a small Giri river and natural springs. It covers an area of 20 hectares situated in Himachal Pradesh. A number of pilgrims and tourists visit the place because of its religious value in Hindu region, as it named after the mother of Parshuram. Another Ramsar selected wetland site is Rudra Sagar Lake. Rudra Sagar Lake, covering an area of 240 hectares, is a lowland reservoir nourished by the three streams of Gomti river situated in the Tripura state. A plentiful amount of freshwater fishes, mainly chitala, etc., are found here. Another one is Surinasar Mansar Lake. It is a non-permanent freshwater lake situated in the semi-arid Punjab plains of J&K, covering about 350 hectares. Many red-listed species such as Lysemais punctate and Spiridae gangetic are found in Surinasar Mansar Lake. The site has been worshipped by many people as many temples are located around the lake, which has a connection with the Mahabharata era. And another one is Upper Ganga River. It is located in Uttar Pradesh. The Upper Ganga River was selected under Ramsar list in 2005. It spreads over an area of 26,590 hectares. The IUCN red listed species include Kadayal, Ganga river dolphin, crocodiles, otters, 6 species of turtles, 82 species of fishes, and many species of birds are spotted by the area. Another one is Nal Sarovar. Nal Sarovar Bird Sanctuary, spread over 12,000 hectares, located in Gujarat, was selected a Ramsar list in 2012. Nal Sarovar is one of the largest natural freshwater lake in Thar region. The area provides a suitable habitat for breeding and feeding of flora and fauna. The wetland is also a lifeline for endangered Indian wild as that area in dry season. The Nala Sarovar also provide water for drinking and irrigation use. At the lastly, concluding remarks, wetlands are productive ecosystem of the world. However, wetlands are getting threatened due to the use for commercial development, water diversion, excessive hunting and overfishing, excessive tourism, commercial exploitation, extraction of nutrients, pesticide discharge from intensive agriculture, toxic pollutants from industrial waste, and the construction of dams and dikes. Therefore, wetlands need to be restored by reducing pollution, minimizing anthropogenic activities, preventing overgrazing, protecting law and government initiative, and lastly, proper planning and monitoring. Thank you.